So after this weekend's Kalos Go Tour global event, we are going to be getting a brand new season in Pokemon Go. And I'm going to be talking about everything that you need to know regarding this season in this video. Let's get right into it. Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the next season in Pokemon Go, and this is of course the season of Memories in Motion. I think that's what they're calling it, and I'm actually very curious about this season. I really do not know a lot about it. I have been avoiding the details specifically so that I could record this video and kind of react to it. So that's precisely what I'm going to be doing. So let's get into the details for this new season. It is going to be called Memories in Motion, and it's going to be starting on March 3rd at 10 o'clock a.m. and it's going to go until June 2nd at 10 o'clock a.m. local time. And I think this season is going to be quite interesting. If you look at the teaser image, you can see a whole bunch of Pokemon that we've already had. Like, there's actually a new Gigantamax Pokemon in this image, and that is Gigantamax Pikachu. And there's also a Pokemon in the back. I actually do not know what that is, but we also see Meltan as well as Phalanx. So there's going to be a lot of familiar Pokemon in this season, but let's get right into it. Let's actually see what this season is going to have. All right, seasons evolve in Pokemon Go. Updates to Pokemon Go events. So, starting with Memories in Motion, several updates to the scheduling and structure of Pokemon Go events will take place. Pokemon Go event pacing will be adjusted to a more regular schedule. Pokemon Go weekend events will move to Saturdays local time. So I'm assuming this means raid days as well as community days. All of those are now going to be taking place on Saturdays and no longer on Sundays. So I kind of like that change, but I also don't like it because people who work on Saturdays are definitely going to get screwed by that. Pokemon Go events will move away from paid tickets to event Go passes. Oh boy. Alright, so I think this has always been a thing with Pokemon Go in-game events, that they usually include some sort of in-game ticket to go along with it. And that has been the case for the past several years, but it looks like that's going away, and now they're going to be doing Go passes. Later this season, trainers will have access to an in-game event calendar with the latest information. So this is going to be something in the game to tell you about all of the different in-game events. I kind of like that. Daily discoveries. There's something for everyone every week in Pokemon Go. Starting with Memories in Motion, different days of the week will include a daily discovery experience. This looks like it's going to be something new. These will be active between 12 o'clock a.m. to 11:59 p.m. local time, unless otherwise stated. Sunday, Double Time Sunday. Incense Lure Modules, Glacial Lure Modules, Mossy Lure Modules, Magnetic Lure Modules, and Rainy Lure Modules activated on Sunday will last up to twice as long. Wow, okay, so it looks like every day we're going to be getting some kind of bonus. Monday, Fast Track Monday. 2 times Go points from past tasks for both monthly and event Go passes. Max Monday. Power spots will refresh more frequently. Additional power spots will be active on Mondays compared to the rest of the week. Max battles will rotate to feature different Dynamax Pokemon. Alright, so they're doing something with Max Mondays, which I feel like is a good thing because Max Mondays typically are something that players are not even aware of, and it'd be good if they did some more things. Alright, Tuesday, Showcase Tuesday. Pokestop showcases will be active on Tuesdays, featuring up to 20 different categories. Wow! That is going to be something very interesting because Pokestop showcases have kind of been a forgotten feature of Pokemon Go, and I'm kind of curious to see what they end up doing. Alright, Wednesdays, we of course have Raid Hour. Raid bosses for 5-star raids and Mega Raids will rotate at the start of the day each week. Alright, so that's going to be a little bit more structured as well, which I really like. And raid hours will continue to feature the 5-star raid boss between 6 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. local time. So it looks like Wednesdays are not really going to change. It looks like they're just going to be focusing on raid hours, which is already the content. So yeah, nothing much there. Go Battle Thursday. So Thursdays are going to be all about PvP. Up to 4 times Stardust from win rewards, and the maximum number of sets you can play per day will increase from 5 to 10 for a total of 50 battles. So the Go Battle League is going to be a lot more active on Thursdays, it looks like. You're going to be able to do more battles on this day, and essentially that is going to be your PvP day. I kind of like that. And then Friday is going to be Friendship Friday. Up to two special trades on Friday, and you're going to have an increased chance of lucky trades from any trade. And then you're going to get a 10% Stardust discount for trades, and then you're going to get 2 guaranteed Candy XL from trades. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be probably the biggest change. I think Fridays are going to be extremely important because, for one, your chances of getting a lucky trade are going to be increased and you're going to have a discounted Stardust cost. That already is pretty good, but up to 2 special trades on Fridays. So if you're sitting on a whole bunch of lucky trades, for example, then yes, Friday will be the day you will want to do those trades. All right, pretty cool. All right, encounter shiny Pokemon. Now, this is actually something I did hear about. It looks like they're going to be changing the way you can encounter shiny Pokemon. Essentially, there's going to be more opportunities. So, any evolved Pokemon in the wild can be shiny if it has already had its shiny debut in Pokemon Go. In addition, trainers will have an increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon from raid battles and hatching them from eggs compared to wild encounters. Alright, so that's pretty cool already. I like that idea. If you ever encounter an evolved Pokemon in the wild, now there's a chance it could be shiny, as long as that shiny has already debuted. Any Pokemon rescued from Team Go Rocket that has made its shiny debut can also be shiny if you're lucky. Trainers will have an increased chance of rescuing shiny Pokemon from Team Go Rocket leaders and Giovanni compared to grunts. So this is an interesting change because typically the way you can get shiny shadow Pokemon has always been with raid battles and Team Go Rocket leader battles, and now it looks like any grunt will be able to give you a shiny shadow as long as that Pokemon has seen a shiny shadow release through a Team Go Rocket leader battle. So I kind of like this change. I think this is definitely going to change things up, and it's going to make players actually care about Team Go Rocket battles. That's something I've been wanting for the game for a very long time. Alright, now let's go over the seasonal specific highlights. So there's going to be a special research story, Pressure Rising. And you can see right there, there's a picture of Volcanions, so I'm assuming that's going to be the final reward. The special research story, Pressure Rising, will be available to all trainers for free starting March 3rd, 2026 at 10 o'clock a.m. local time. Following the completion of the Glitz and Glam special research, trainers who complete the Pressure Rising special research will earn an encounter with the mythical Pokemon Volcanion. This special research will not expire, so you'll be able to complete it at your own pace. So as long as you log in on March 3rd or anytime after, you'll be able to get this special research, but that is of course if you've already completed the Glitz and Glam special research from the previous season. So if you do not have this special research, like if you do not get it, that is probably the reason why you will still have to complete the special research from the previous season. Alright, let's talk about community days. Mark your calendars. Memories in Motion will have community day events on the following dates. March 14, March Community Day. We already know what Pokemon that's going to be. It's going to be Scorbunny, and I'm really looking forward to that. April 11th is going to be April Community Day, and then May 9th is going to be May Community Day, and then May 16 is going to be May Community Day Classic. Pretty cool. Alright, in terms of the Go Pass, a limited time progression track will be available during Memories in Motion. Complete past tasks to earn Go points to increase your rank and earn rewards. The Go Pass Deluxe is a paid version of the Go Pass, and it will be available to trainers looking for upgraded rewards and faster progression. Alright, pretty standard, nothing cool there. There is a picture of Raikou though, so that could kind of indicate what kind of legendary Pokemon are going to be available. Alright, and check out what's your favorite. We already know about this. It's kind of like this new thing that they added for the 10-year anniversary of Pokemon Go, as well as the 30-year anniversary of Pokemon, and it's something related to AR. I don't want to really get into that. These are some of the themed stickers. This is going to be all centered around some Pokemon. Very interesting. And there's going to be, obviously, the Go Battle League, and it's going to feature the Kanto Cup, Fantasy Cup, and the Jungle Cup this season. So be on the lookout for that. Alright, let's talk about the seasonal rotations. In terms of field research, or I should say the research breakthrough encounters, we're going to be able to get Gyarados, Honedge, Dhelmise, as well as Sinistea, Duraludon, as well as Treepy. Pretty cool list of Pokemon, in my opinion. The following Pokemon will be from eggs. In 2km eggs, we're going to see Dunsparce, Wimpod, and Tadbulb. In 5km eggs, we're going to see Sizzlipede, Snom, Fido. And in Adventure Sync rewards, the 5-kilometer egg you get from that, you're going to see Chingling, Happiny, and Audino. And then in 7-kilometer eggs this season, we're going to see Galarian Meowth, Galarian Corsola, as well as Galarian Zigzagoon. And then the 7-kilometer eggs from Mateo are going to give you Hisuian Growlithe, Galarian Slowpoke, as well as White Stripe form Basculin. And then in 10-kilometer eggs, we're going to have Dino, Honedge, as well as Impidimp. And then the Adventure Sync 10-kilometer egg is going to give you Goomy, Turtonator, or Toxel. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, and finally, or actually, yeah, pretty close to finally, let's go over the seasonal bonuses. This is always something that players really want to care about. So, during the Memories in Motion season, we're going to have a bonus that's going to give you additional Candy XL whenever you do a trade. Pretty cool stuff. 1 additional candy when trading Pokemon, so this one's all about trading, it looks like. And then increased experience for the 7-day Pokestop spin streak, and then increased XP and Stardust for a 7-day Pokemon catch streak. Pretty cool. Alright, and that looks like it's about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, what are my thoughts regarding this season? Well, I think it's going to be pretty exciting. It looks like they're going to be changing up a lot within Pokemon Go. In particular, I really like the daily bonuses, or the kind of theme for every single day. In particular, Friday, I think that's definitely going to be pretty hype. Yeah, being able to do 2 special trades, and then all that good stuff, I think that's really cool. And then of course there's a bunch of other stuff that's going to be happening during the week, and I really like this. I really feel like this is a really great move, and I'm very curious to see some of those changes actually pan out. I think the PvP one is very interesting. I think Thursdays is one of those days where players might want to just sit at home and do PvP. And of course, we have a big change to in-game events. I'm curious how that's all going to pan out. In particular, I think it's funny that they're getting rid of the in-game tickets for those events, and they're going to be doing a Go Pass. I'm guessing those Go Passes are going to be way more expensive than the in-game tickets, and also, it's going to be something that will still reward you for playing for free, which I also like. So it's a give and take. I think it's going to be interesting, and I'm very curious how this season is going to pan out, because it looks like it's going to be a very unique one, and a lot of in-game changes are happening. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But in any case, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Definitely share your thoughts regarding this upcoming new season down below. What are your thoughts regarding these changes? Do you feel like they're good changes? Do you feel like Niantic is doing too much, too little? Definitely share those thoughts, and let's have a great discussion. And if you really enjoyed this video and you want to support my channel, the best way you could do that is of course hitting the like button for this video, and of course subscribe if it's your first time here. Make sure you turn on that notification bell as well, so you know exactly when I upload videos. And also check out the links in the description below. One of them is to my Patreon page, and if you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm actually going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list, so make sure you go and check that out. And also, there's a link to my Etsy store down below, and I'm creating a whole bunch of merch for anime and K-pop, and if those are your hobbies and if those are things that interest you, make sure you go and check it out, because maybe you'll find something that you will like. And with all that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Jinsula